Good morning. Tell you what, it is good. It is good to be back home. I like a little traveling, but hello, undefined. Howdy. Kiwi and tomato gaming. Howdy. Yeah, it is good to be back on a Monday morning. And Keeler, welcome. Just launch right into it. Yeah, let's see where we want to start here. Got a little. I was gone most of last week. Got home last night, not too late, from a music camp over near Amarillo, and very nice. Kind of out in the middle of the countryside, and didn't have a lot of internet and things to distract us. But I'm glad to be home. Help me, God, on this Monday morning. Really just kind of launching into this, freewheeling it here. I don't have. Just a little prayer, Monday morning prayer. What I don't have. I did a little live stream last night when I got home, and I was talking a little bit about coming through. I was driving through Amarillo, and I wasn't paying any attention, obviously. I looked up, and of course the policeman had gotten in behind me and his lights are on. He pulled me over. Turns out I was going 10 miles over. Speed limit was 60. I think I was going 71, as he said. Help me, God, when I don't have the words. And I was just talking about little blessings. And how blessed I felt that he did not give me a ticket. I could not believe that. I was so grateful to that man, that officer. It was very nice of him. And then the other thing I didn't have in my car was a current proof of insurance. I've got the insurance, but I didn't have that slip of paper in there, so he gave me a warning. He warned me. But was I grateful, ever grateful? Help me, God, because I've gotten them tickets. I've gotten the tickets before, and not many. I haven't had many, I can say that. Anyway, help me, God, when I don't have the words, when the weight These pins are having a hard time. I should warm them up before I start. Stopped over there at Cadillac Ranch. You ever been over there? Coming through, when you're coming through Amarillo, the Cadillac Ranch. When I don't have the words, when the weight is too much. And the silence. And the silence. Too loud. I always say, my videos are destined to put somebody to sleep. And so, I don't know, Monday morning may not be the best time. Because you're trying to get rolling, you know. That video, of course, it's still uploading. I did this one last night, and I was listening to myself a little bit, and I sounded wound up, man. I was just all wound up. Hey, Keeler, welcome. Appreciate you. Hold my hand. Yeah, last night I was on this thing about being lonesome, dealing with being alone. I felt alone. I was feeling a little... I know I sound tongue-in-cheek sometimes, but I have to do that to myself. I was a little lonesome last night, you know? I really was. Let's see. Hold my hand when I feel alone in a crowd. Here we go again, talking about loneliness. When I feel alone in a crowd, hold my hand. I love birds. One of my favorite things. Ooh, I nearly messed my W up. See that? I was misspelling crowd. I was going to make it like cloud. I put a U there, but what did I do? I had put a little line there to make that a W. That's right. And remind me. So hold my hand when I feel alone, Lord, in a crowd, and remind me starting this new week. And remind me. I appreciate you guys watching and subscribing when you feel led. That makes my day. It really does. It helps me so much. My big mantra, the big thing I say is that I have more videos than I have subscribers. I'd like to be proven wrong sometime. Help me, God. So the good thing about writing is I just repeat. You sort of internalize things, see? What else do we do that way? You know, we turn our phones on, we look at things, and we just kind of flip through it. But it's kind of nice to just sort of absorb something. Just take it in. My friend Karen Walkup, she puts her paintings up at one of our little local coffee shops. It's called Ironworks, and I walk up to her paintings and I just look at them. I just absorb the color and kind of process, you know. And there's so many things to process, you know, like what she might have been thinking. And sometimes it seems as though it's pretty clear what she's thinking, but often I think it's clear, and then I go back and I go, wow, look at that. So her paintings, Karen's paintings in the coffee shop there, what a blessing that is. I love it. Hi, hello underscore idol I. Welcome, I appreciate you coming. Hold my hand when I feel alone in a crowd and remind me that you I tried to do some of these live streams when I was at camp, and it's just, I can do it, and I will do it, and I will continue to try to do things like that. It just feels so much better at home, right here at my own space. You guys have your own space. Remind me that you never I don't know, I'm big on this all the way across the line with one 2-letter word today. Be my peace, Lord. So I'm gonna have to squeeze these letters down here because I'm running out of space. That's what I say every time, though. I get all excited and think I've got all kinds of space, and then I have to kind of double back. Be my peace when my heart. Be my peace. When my heart runs wild. Got a gig today doing some music. I don't know what our band's called. It's kind of a pickup band. We're gonna play some Western swing music at the, I think, a Renaissance Hotel in downtown Fort Worth for an event. Be my peace when my heart runs. Should be a lot of fun. I think we're gonna kind of be background music, which suits me fine. Sort of a backgroundish kind of guy. So grateful to Miss Sherry for sending this stuff our way, keeping us busy. Be my peace when my heart runs wild, my strength when I am too tired. When I'm too tired to try. My strength. My strength when I am too tired to try. You ever feel that way? Maybe you just kind of down, you know? When I'm too tired to try, I often will say, I get it. I get it. When we're kind of depressed, down. And people will say to that to me, I get it. I get it from my standpoint. But I don't know what you're feeling. And so you've got your own, you're carrying a burden there. And I pray that you can give it up, give it to God. Sounds like my son's here. You can hear the gate. Let me holler at him. I'll be right back. I will pick up right here. Give me 1 second. Thanks so much for bringing it. Alright, so I'm back. Alright. Be my peace when my heart runs wild, my strength when I'm too tired to try. Lord, I don't need answers. I don't know that I worded that. Lord, I do want answers. I really do. But Lord, I don't need answers. Just, Lord, I don't need answers. Just your presence. What is it, kitty? What is it? I don't need control. I think she's hungry. She's getting hungry. She says, I'm hungry. I don't need answers, just your presence. I don't need control. Just your calm. Just your calm. So help me, God. To rest. So help me, God, to rest. To trust. And to take one more step. To take one more. There we go. Tell you what, I'm going to add some dots Thank you guys for watching. Let me go put some cat food in there for this kitty cat. She's hungry. She said, I'm hungry. That little hungry kitty. Her name's Polka Dot. She found our family. We were on the, well, my wife and kids, they were downtown. They were downtown Weatherford, and this has been a couple of, I know, it's been about, I don't know how old she is. She must be about 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old, I guess. They were at an event downtown, and that cat just ran right up to my son. She's a little bitty kitten. And Kathy, I think, said, no, we're not taking that cat home. And then she was up around the bushes at the courthouse. And I think my son set her back down. And would you believe it? They were almost back to their car. This is the way I understand the story. They were almost back to the car, and that cat came running up to him again, ran up to my son, and that was it. Come on, Mom. I was over working in Fort Worth. I wasn't there that day. That's the way the story goes. So that cat, Polka Dot, found David, and she's a good cat. Took her over to our local animal shelter, which is the most awesome. They do so much here in Parker County. Love the folks at the animal shelter, and always a need to adopt those animals out. Well, what they do, those cats, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but here they'll give them you just take them to the animal shelter, and they'll give them shots. They'll give them all their shots for free. And it's good if you can make a little donation. You don't have to, but that's what we did. And but what they do, a lot of people don't like this, but I sort of do. They take a little notch when you bring those, what they call feral cats, in. They'll take a little notch out of the ear. They'll do that. And really, that's for, there are some people that'll bring up. Some of you know this, I'm sure, but anyway, just telling the story. Some people will bring, 6 or 8 cats in or more that they'll kind of capture off of their property, maybe, or whatever. And they take them to the animal shelter, and they don't they're not leaving them there to be adopted out. They vaccinate them and neuter them. That was the other thing. So our cat got neutered too. They do that, and then you just take them back and you kind of put them back outside. So then if they run across one of those cats and it's got that little notch in its ear, then you know that it's been neutered and vaccinated. Which is a great thing, but my wife never liked Polka Dot having to have that little notch in her ear, but I kind of think she wears it well. Tells her story. She has a lot of heart. Really does. Of course, I like cats and dogs, and I just cats amaze me. They're so quick. Well, grateful for you guys on this Monday morning for watching, for tuning in. I hope and pray you have a good day. And I'm kind of looking forward to mine. And this Monday morning. Yesterday, of course, I was working with my daughter all week, and she's currently up in Colorado. So we kind of met in the middle over there. I think I told this story last night. We hugged and kissed and said our goodbyes. And she headed north, and then I headed easterly from Amarillo over, and we had that. That was just a good meeting point for us both, and it's always so good to see my daughter. Well, I've lingered long enough this morning, maybe. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You know, just kind of hanging out, popping in. I know some of you can't stay the whole time. It's okay. It's okay. Just stop and breathe a little. Take it all in. Yeah. Okay. You know, I do these videos. I never quite want to end just because I find it relaxing myself. All right. Well, that ought to do it for this morning, and I will see you on the other side. Okay? You guys hang in there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.